As senior dog parents, our goal is always to keep our older dogs as happy and healthy and comfortable as possible. So I want to share some of the things that I have done over the years that have made a big difference in my own dog's quality of life. So I'm going to start with a stroller because that to me is the number one thing, the world's greatest invention. It has made a massive difference. I don't pay very much for them. I just get a basic like four-wheel one. It doesn't have to be off-roading, and it folds up. It has storage basket, it has a little tray table. It's absolutely fantastic. I've had two of them and they have made a world of difference. I always have very small dogs, so we used to carry them when we go out on day trips when they needed a rest. But even a 10-pound dog can get really heavy after a while. So the stroller is the absolute greatest thing I ever bought. We've taken it on ferries, on trains, on buses. It's amazing. So consider getting yourself a stroller. There's weight limitations. You can, if your dog is quite big, you may consider a wagon. The next thing we did was we had a ramp. That was for one of our dogs in particular, and it made getting in and out of the house a lot easier. And even though other dogs did not necessarily need it, it was right there and they took advantage of it. And we also had a ramp on the side of the bed because at a certain point it was too hard for them to jump, and this was much safer. Number three is it's a raised water bowl, and I would hold the food bowl up. So when it comes to raised bowls, you just have to be careful because especially in larger breed dogs, they could get bloat, which is quite a deadly condition. So be sure to not elevate it too much where your dog has to stretch his neck to reach, and speak to your vet about them. But my dogs were very small, so all I did was I took a glass casserole dish, turned it upside down, and put the water bowl on top of it. So it was elevated enough, but not too much where my dogs had to reach up. And when it came to food bowls, I didn't free feed, so I had set meals. And for one of them, because she had dementia, I would hold the bowl up to her so she could find it. So that was very, very helpful. Number four is pipe insulation. Okay, so two of my dogs were blind. So I would buy pipe insulation, which looks like a pool noodle, and you just slice it down the middle vertically, and you put it around chair legs, table legs to protect their heads in case they bang into something. I also actually did it on the doors at her head height. Massive, massive difference. Those are definitely worth looking into. The next thing is in the winter, make sure they have a heat source, or maybe even wear a sweater in the house. Now, you may like your windows open in the winter, but wherever your dog is, please make sure that their bed is not over a vent and they have enough warmth. What I used to do, especially if I had tile floors, was I would put a blanket down on the floor and then put the bed on top, put another blanket on top, and then I always had fleece throws on every dog bed, just in case my dogs wanted to wrap themselves up in them. And one of my dogs also wore a sweater, even in the house, because she was always cold. So just consider that. And of course, the flip side is when it's very hot, think about a dog cooling bed or a vest or even a bandana, especially when they're outside. I used to have a cooling bandana for one of my dogs, and it helped a lot when they were outside in the heat. The next thing is a sling. Now, again, my dogs are like 10 pounds, so I didn't need a big fancy sling. But when my dog's back legs were getting a little weaker, and then he was bow-legged in the front, I got him a very inexpensive harness. I'll put it in the description so you can see what it is. I would place it behind his front legs just to give him a little support, a little relief for his front legs. And that was fantastic. And you can use it for the back or for the front. The last thing is I try to bring my dogs with me as much as possible, especially since once I got the stroller, it was much easier. So if we would like to go for long walks on Sunday morning, put them in the stroller, and we could spend hours out with them. We didn't have to worry they were getting too tired. When they were able to walk, they walked, and when they needed a break, we would put them back into the stroller. So any day trips we took, we did our absolute best to bring them with us, because at the end of the day, we just want to spend time together. Anyway, those are, I'm sure there's more, but these are the ones that really stick out that made a very big difference. So if you have anything to add to this, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.